only way to be a tzaddik, to become a real servant of Hashem, is to get rid of our addiction to the pleasure of this world. I have a lecture, it's called Striving for Pleasure. You know, striving for pleasure? This is what everyone is busy with. Everywhere you go, every conversation is all in millions. 20 million, 10 million, 5 million, 30 million, property here, 35 million, and knock it down, we'll build another 10 million. This is what everybody talks about. This one, that one, he bought that building, he sold that one. Everywhere you go, you hear it. You go here, you go there, you hear this, you hear that. Everyone is with a competition to swallow the whole world. And what happened? The Satan keeps you in this success. And this life will be over before you realize, like a blink of the eye. Yesterday you're born, tomorrow you're dead. That's basically what it is. And everyone is so busy to establish themselves as successful people in this world. And 90% of their time go for that success until the second the heart stops beating. And then the soul comes out. It takes about a minute or two to understand what really happened. You see his body on a bed or on the floor or in a car, depending where he died. You can get a heart attack anywhere, in the middle of a shower, in the middle of a sleep. Once the soul came out, the soul flies in a room. The soul sees the body. You see it, you look at yourself. What's going on here? Why am I flying here next to the ceiling? What's going on? You see the family, you see the wife, you see the children, you see the pictures, you see everything. Then you begin to understand, especially if you know Torah, you know you are dying. Some people never learn Torah. They don't know about the soul. They don't know about what happened when a person died. They don't know. So for them, it's a huge shock. People who listen to lectures, they know what happened when you died. The soul comes out. It's a verse in the Torah. ותצא נפש רחל, ותמות רחל. Soul of Rachel came out, and Rachel died. It's written in the book of Kohelet, King Solomon, והנשמה תשוב לבעליה כי הוא נתנה. The soul will return to the master that gave it, meaning Hashem, and the body will go back to the sand, to the ashes. והגוף יושב לעפר כי ממנו לוקח. The body will go down back to where it came from. Also it's written, מן העפר באת ולעפר תשוב. You came from the sand and you will return to the sand. Do not let anyone cremate your body. Those who cremate their parents, they did the biggest mistake they could have done in life. Because that spirit of the father or mother will never have rest now. Because they were never buried. They never have rest. The only time that a person gets rest when he knows his body was buried and was eaten completely by the snakes and by the worms. It takes 11 to 12 months. Once the body is finished to be eaten, that's when a person gets rest. That's one of the reasons we say Kaddish for 1 year. It takes a year for the body to dissolve completely and become bones in a grave. And that's a part of the punishment. It's a part of the punishment. If a person was extremely righteous, they don't have permission to touch his body. There was one Moroccan rabbi, Rabbi Ochayon. He was buried in Morocco. 60 years he was buried. 60 years is under the ground. 60 years, 60. His son and grandson decided to ask permission from the king of Morocco. They already moved to Israel. It's hard for them to keep going every year to the Yortzeit, to Casablanca, Marrakesh, all these cities. So they decided to ask permission from the king of Morocco to move their body into Israel. The king usually was very good to the Jews there in Morocco. They got permission. They go with Chevrat Kadisha, they open the grave, it's like a whole new funeral. You have to do a whole new funeral. When they brought the body to Israel, they opened the cover, they got the shock of their life. 60 years he's in prison, he doesn't have one hole in his skin. Now one hole. Usually after a year, we see nothing is left. So, it's written, Rekev Atzamot Kin'ah. What makes the body rotten in a grave? Jealousy. Meaning 99.9% of the people in the world are jealous. That's why nothing is left from the body. There was one secular woman that they had to move her body. She died in her late 80s. In her late 80s she died. And found out that she's also complete. They asked, how can it be? She wasn't even religious, this woman. They found out that she was in a coma for decades. She didn't have opportunity to be jealous with anyone. She was in coma. We are all jealous. To be jealous is good or bad, depend. If you're jealous when someone drives a nice car, you're nothing but stupid. That's stupidity. If you're jealous that someone has a nice job and you don't have, it's also stupid. If you're jealous with anything you see in this world, oh, she has a 10-carat diamond, I can't sleep at night, mine is only half a carat, also stupidity. If you're jealous with all kinds of materialistic things, it's stupidity and it's ignorance from the Torah. You see, as soon as we say ignorance, it became dark. That's what ignorance is. It's darkness in a soul. So, what happened? If you're jealous that someone is a huge rabbi, Talmid Chacham, everything you talk about, he knows the source, he knows all the opinion. If you are not jealous, you're stupid. That means your brain doesn't function. How can you not be jealous when you see Rav Ovadia Yosef speaking, or Rav Eliashiv, or any genius Talmid Chacham in a yeshiva? How is your heart not breaking when you see where you are and where this guy is? Why Hashem wants you to be jealous with the Chachamim? That's a great motivation. If you're jealous with someone, you want to compete with him, you want to be in his level. So it drives you to learn more Torah. Why are you learning until 2 a.m.? Why you became so fanatic? My Chevruta is 10 steps above me. I have to pass him. And he thinks the same way. He has to pass you. So both of you compete for 30 years. You become the 2 biggest rabbis in the world. What got you to become what you became? The competition. That's positive jealousy. If you're jealous with righteous people, also very good. But jealousy does not allow you for a second to put them down in order for you to go up. That's when it becomes a crime. When you have someone in the same category, supposedly a competition, it's either you or him, you don't have permission to put him down. He's like this, he's like that. I know this, I know that, you shouldn't call him. No, that's already a crime. So when they ask you about your competition, the opposite, you have to compliment them. You have to show Hashem, I trust 100% you run the world.